you're gonna have to have a works cited page. It will be a separate grade. This whole project is gonna be worth 300.
What?
It's huge.
You're joking.
All essays are worth a 10. So 200 points anyway, and then the works cited page. And you see how many opportunities you have to miss points. Is this rocket science?
Yeah.
Something period, something period, something period. I'm not gonna say you have to memorize this and know it from memory. Look it up. We'll use an example. I'll have examples. You can Google, and the Purdue OWL is the perfect source to find out about how to do MLA format. But if all else fails, ask me. I'll tell you. But before you push print, make sure you have all your dots in the right places. Make sure ours are in quotes. Make sure websites are underlined. That sort of thing. Okay. Your paper will be due a week from today. I think we have 7 hours, maybe 2, 3, 5 hours to do it. The topic is about mythology.
Oh, yes, I'm.
All easy class on
I've listed several different kinds
been a while
of
since I've
mythologies
done
that
this.
you might want to focus on. There are lots of other cultures, and every culture has a mythology. Every culture has origin stories and belief systems. But these are some that I thought would work really well. The Greek, Roman, Norse, Chinese. You guys did a quick search the other day about the deities, right?
Japanese is
So
super
that was
easy.
to give you a quick start. Native American, Celtic, Mesoamerican. So
Fire.
you can either start here and then go here, or you can start here and go here. These are some aspects of most mythologies that you might want to look up. Afterlife or immortality. What do the Egyptians believe happens to you after you die?
You get
It's pretty
judged by
cool.
You have to put all your
It's pretty
belongings
cool.
with you.
Your deeds are weighed against a feather. So it's kind of neat. But all of these have ideas on what happens to you after you die. So you might want to research that.
Guard.
Gender. Not real sure about that, except that some have genders. Creation, all of them have what they believe, how we came to be. So you might want to look up the creation story in and spend a couple of these, or some of these, or several of these. You might want to look up the gods. I know about, other than a list of them, what are you going to really write about? You would have to have
Their
name.
roles.
You'd have to have a name.
Their roles.
Their powers.
The roles. Good versus evil. How do they feel about good versus evil? Do they even have that in their belief system?
No.
Do they believe that everybody is just whatever they are? Most of them have ideas about good versus evil. Shapeshifters. I think this would be so interesting to research. Shapeshifting. You know what that is?
Yes.
You take one form, you take another.
Yeah. So in the Greek and Roman, they for sure were shapeshifters. Did you even realize that?
I realized it.
Zeus came down and became a bull
And this one.
and a swan, and yeah. So shapeshifters. Several of these cultures, not all of them, but several of them have shapeshifters. Stories, tales, animals. Some of them include animal mythology. Some of them, if might tie in with shapeshifters. Nature, and especially the tree of life. A lot of these cultures have what they call the tree of life. In the Norse mythology, it's called Yggdrasil, Yggdras. I can't remember.
I knew that.
But and then in the Mesoamerican, it's Wakachin. It's the tree of life, and it's common with a lot of cultures because it starts down in the underworld with the roots, and it comes up into our realm, and then the branches reach up into the heavens where the gods live. And so that's why it's pretty common. a lot of cultures have that idea of a tree of life. Rituals, it might be interesting to research some aspects. And I'm not saying you have to do all of these on all of these. If you start over here with just some of the aspects and you start Googling what do different cultures believe about the tree of life, and then some of these are gonna pop up.
I don't trust any of them.
I don't know what to do. There's so much.
Norse.
I want to do
I'm
everything.
not, you should not just say, okay, I'm just going with Norse and that's it.
I'm doing all of them.
I would start shopping right now and like cross-reference these things.
So
I
we
know,
see some
I know way more Norse.
compare the different beliefs.
Skyrim's a lot to do.
Your paper could be like, many cultures around the world, they all have a belief system. Some of them are kind of strange. And this is what some different cultures around the world believe about the afterlife. So then you're gonna have a paragraph about the afterlife. And it may be this one, and this one, and that one. And then your next paragraph would be another aspect of culture, of beliefs that I found interesting was the idea of, what did I just say? The tree of life would be their belief in the afterlife. So then you go, in this culture, you don't have to stick with the same two that you talked about in the first body paragraph, because this is your main focus. If you start over here, this is your main focus. And then you might pick and choose different cultures to talk about. If you go with all Norse, then you're going to talk about Norse belief of the tree of life. Then Odin was hung on the tree of life for 3 days, right? To gain knowledge. And he traded his eye for knowledge. Stuff like that.
You mean all of them?
Like I'm talking about Odin.
Yeah, he did 3 things to gain knowledge. Okay, so if you start over here and then pick and choose some of these, or if you start over here and as you research, some of these are going to pop up. So I personally, I would Google the tree of life in different cultures, and then it's going to start telling me about what these people believe and what these people believe.
Mason.
Okay, you have an hour to start shopping. If you spend today and
Tomorrow.
Thursday and Friday just shopping, you're gonna have to get a whole research paper written pretty fast on Tuesday. You need to decide quickly and get started. Decide quickly and get started.
Should I do all of them? Like, try to do as much as possible.
Alright, interesting, but you have to stay.
Connor, wake up. Say what up to the live stream, my guy.
What?
Say what up to the live stream, my guy.
Yes, sir, bro.
Dude, I haven't done this in so long.
What do you think you might write about?
What? Did you say?
We have a research paper that we might need.
Mason, say what up.
Nothing
Nothing but
Is it YouTube video?
it's a live stream.
Oh,
I
that's
thought it
fine.
was gonna be before.
What is that?
I'm watching a
I
video.
just walked over.
About what?
Trucks.
Okay. Well,
Get
if
off
you-
of it.
If you lose your privileges to be on the internet, then how are you gonna do research? If you lose access to the Chromebooks, then you're gonna have to do everything the rest